Hey, hello, hello, hello. I hope you are doing okay. Hey, hello, hello. Okay, just testing this. I hope this works. Right. Now let's see. Okay, guys, welcome. So this is a subject that interests me. A global delusion. A global delusion. Guys, there is a trend that is going on now, and a lot of people are, well, when I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of Africans are tuning in to this global delusion. And it is mind blowing. It is mind blowing, this global delusion. So, we're going to go and have a look. I don't think this is working. I'm not sure why. So, here. I tried it earlier on, but it just wouldn't work. So, never mind. I think take this off. Okay, a global delusion. So this particular man, he is very popular on the YouTube streets. Very, very popular. But what is he popular for? This is the question we need to ask. What is he popular for? So let's go and have a look at him before I conclude, or before we conclude, whether this is a global delusion or this is a global phenomenon, right? So it's one of the two. It's either this is a global phenomenon or it is a global delusion. They cannot be both. For some people, maybe, but yeah, I mean, what exactly is this all about, right? Okay, but before I start, let me go look and make sure everything's working okay. Audio. Yeah, that looks okay. Oh, that looks okay too. Okay, that looks okay. Uh-huh. Right. So let's do this. We will get started. Just making sure everything's working before I start. I hope you all are doing okay today. Hope you all are doing well as you're coming in. Please do not forget to give the stream a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, so we can get many more people listening, tuning in, right? So Okay, guys? Right. Now we will get started. So, guys, this is a global thing. A lot of people seem to be tuning in, and this all started during the pandemic, right? It all started during the pandemic and has grown. It has grown ever since. It has become bigger. It has become global. Some describe it as a global phenomenon, but I'm not going to describe it as such, because if this is not everything that it is made out to be, then we need to call it for what it is. Okay? So, first things first, who is Jerry Eze? Who is Jerry Eze? Let's figure this man out. Then we will go and have a look. Okay, so let's go to, let me share my screen here. Okay, this is the person that we are talking about today. We are talking about Jerry Eze, right? So, guys, this is a church ministry. I don't know what they call these things. Some call it a church, some will call it a ministry, some will call it an organization, a movement, whatever this is, right? But very active on the social media space. It has got a lot of people tuning in. Guys, the other day, do you know how many people were watching live? Do you know how many Christians were watching live? 185,000 people watching live. 100. I was just scrolling and thought, oh, he's on. How many people? 185,000 people. I said, what? 185,000 people? Okay. I said, you know what? It might be time to go and revisit this man again. I've talked about him about maybe 2 years ago. But wow, how are people tuning in to this? It's like someone needs to be putting spotlight on this particular. Uh, uh, we need to be putting spotlight on this particular uh, phenomenon or whatever this is. Hey, Captive Desk, good to see you. Captive Desk, can you hear me okay? Please let me know if you can hear me okay, please. I need to be sure that you can hear me okay. Okay, let's go and have a look at this particular person. Let's see. Can you all see? Oh, okay. Let me remove this. How do you? Okay, let's remove this. Okay, so how do I remove this out the way? Remove. Okay, let's remove that. Can you hear me? My audio is fine. Hey, thank you. Captive Desk, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Okay, so this is Jerry Eze. Yeah. Jerry Eze was born 22nd of August 1982. He is a Nigerian Pentecostal pastor. Eze is the founder of Streams of Joy International and convener of the new season Prophetic Prayers and Declaration NSPPD. And what does NSPPD stand for? It stands for uh what does it even stand for again? It is hey, I will remember. Okay, it's the new season prophetic prayer and declaration. Yes, that's what it is. The new season prophetic prayers and declaration. It is an online digital prayer meeting. It started during the pandemic, and boy, has it grown. Hey, my so called life, good to see you. Has this thing grown? It has blown up. Okay, so he was born in Umuahia, the capital of Abia State. He hails from Bende local government area. He grew up in Umuahia. He has a batch. Okay, guys, there's something that is very important which we need to take note of. You see, all these people that come out and claim that they are so called men and women of God, what are their origins? Before somebody comes and takes over an altar, what are their origins? When someone tells you, oh, the way I started church, God called me, God spoke to me, God said this, God said, listen, that is highly suspicious. Because what God? What God? Did anybody verify the God claims? Did anybody ask what God? Who? Where? How? When? Hey, Kalitha, good to see you. Has any of you seen this guy on your feed? Has any of you seen his prayer sessions at all? I've talked about him here before. I just the other day I was scrolling, you know how you're scrolling on YouTube and you see they were busy praying 7 a.m. my time. 185,000 people watching live. 185,000. Okay, right. It looks like we need to visit this again. So, um, he has a bachelor's degree in history and international relations from Abia State University, and a postgraduate certification in business administration. So, look, a degree in history and international relations and a postgraduate certification in business administration. So far, so good. Nothing to do with preaching or pastorship. Nothing. Nothing of that sort. Okay. He worked as a communication specialist in the World Bank project for HIV and AIDS. Communication specialist with the World Bank project and United Nations Population Fund before becoming before becoming a full-time cleric. Huh? So he went to university. He studied, what did he study again? History and international relations. Then he has a postgraduate certification in business administration. And then he now goes and he's now communication. He worked as a communication specialist in the World Bank project for HIV and AIDS and United Nations Population Fund before he now moved on to becoming a full-time preacher. There is nowhere where this person has gone to theology school, Bible school. There's nothing. Nothing. A lot of these people are self-taught. They learn on the job. And before you know it, it grows. But you see, it's one thing to have a hustle. It's one thing to have a hustle. But when your hustle is founded on lies, when you start telling people about a God that you have never proven its existence, it needs to be called out. If you have made money, loads of money, good for you. But if what you're telling people is nothing but a pack of lies, and unfortunately, how are people supposed to fold their hands and just watch this happen? Anyway, let's continue. So he is married. Right. Let's go and have a look how he started his ministry. He started his ministry in 2009 at All Saints Chapel. And in 2013, he founded the Streams of Joy International Church in Abia State, where he served as the lead pastor. Streams of Joy, as at November 2022, has over 13 branches across Nigeria, Canada, the US, and the United Kingdom. His ministry is focused on revival and healing. He is known for the tagline, "What God cannot do does not exist." So I'm going to be asking you from time to time during this stream, is there anything that you know that God cannot do? So far, so good, because he owns that tagline, "What God cannot do does not exist." What God cannot do does not exist. It's like an anthem in his church. But there are things that God cannot do. There are things that exist that God cannot do. So this, what God cannot do does not exist. No. So can you think of anything that God cannot? Can you think of something that exists that God cannot do? Okay. So during at the inception of COVID, he started a digital session called the New Season Prophetic Prayer and Declaration, hosted on YouTube and other social media applications. And that digital session grew to attracting millions of views daily. Millions of views daily. And that is not a joke. It is in fact true. The online prayer sessions leads in several charts due to the high engagements. So you'll be asking me, the Aphrates, what exactly does he talk about in his yeah? Let's gonna have a look. So a quick I don't know, some of you might remember him on here, but let's go and have a look. Wait, where is it? Hold on. Okay, let's go and have a look so that you guys can see exactly what. Right, 1 second. That's my son. Hey. Okay, let's go and have a look. Okay, no, see him in action. So let's go to, where is it? Okay, this one. Okay, right, here we go. Let's do this. Let me share my screen here. Share. Aha. Let's see. Do this here. Okay. Now, tell me if, hey Gewok, good to see you. Please let me know if you can hear the video.
Let your image on. Let it begin to
Please
happen.
let me know if you
Let
can.
it begin
Can
to
you hear
happen.
the video?
It's already happening. 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 Let it happen. Let it happen.
Yeah,
Right
yes.
now.
No, he's
The
that
healing,
day. Thank
the
you.
deliverance, the turnaround, the promotion, the vindication is already happening.
Guys, this right here is what blew up during the pandemic, and it has still been going till this day. This right here, this phenomenon, this, come online and just start praying. Come online and just start. Believe it or not, this man is now a multi-millionaire from doing this. There's nowhere that said he went to any form of theology school. Just Bible in hand, and God told me, here we are today. This man, and every day he is taking home. Okay, let's go and have a look at. Okay, just play a little bit more of
It's
it.
already happening. It's already happening.
Can you guys
It's
hear?
already
Can you hear
happening.
the video?
It's
Please
already
let
happening.
me know if you can hear the
Right
video.
now. Right now. Right now. Right now. right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Let your aim turn now.
Let me
Let
know
your
if
aim
you can
turn
hear the
now.
video,
Let
please.
your aim turn now. Zachariah did not stop there. He said, I see again two olive trees,
Yes or
by the
no?
side of the lampstand. I see two olive trees. Abalaba, Yeshakada, Abala, Akotoba. And the angel said, Abala, this is a word for Zerubbabel. Go and tell Zerubbabel. Go and tell an NSPPD. Go and tell an NSPPD. Not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord. Not by
Yeah.
might,
This
not by
is,
power, but by the Spirit.
guys, this is what is making money. This is it right here. Why can't I see your comments? Uh, okay, now I see them. This right here is for the caffeine. Just because you said that, let me drink some of my coffee. Guys, this is the multi-million machine on YouTube. People are sending top dollar to participate in this. They're paying heavy to take part in this. Okay, let's go see.
Shaka, not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord, not by what the doctor said, not by what the career said, but by the Spirit of the Lord, not by what the chief executive said, but by the Spirit of the Lord, not by the predictions of men, but by the Spirit of the Lord, not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord, he gave a word. Who are thou? Who are thou? Oh mountain before Zerubbabel. Who are thou? Oh mountain.
I would respect them more if they were up there stripping. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. Okay, but let's go see. Listen, okay, let me see how many people have viewed this particular video so we can, let me tell you exactly what we're dealing with here. This was streamed 2 days ago. Do you know how many views? 509,000 views. And as the people are viewing, all them super chats, them money, I was, I was gobsmacked. You see, guys, if it is a hustle, that's fine. Do your hustle, just do that. But when you start lying to people about a God, it needs to be called out. People claim that they're getting miracles in this online church. Do you know somebody contacted me and the person said to me, they asked me if I've heard of the NSPPD online. I said, yeah. He said, Pastor Jerry Eze. I said, yes. He said, do you know autistic children are getting healed in NSPPD? I said, oh, really? They are. He said, yeah, you can go log in online 7 a.m. and take your son. Not take my son, but have my son prayed for or whatever this is. Because children with autism are being healed in NSPPD. Hmm? That lady earlier on had told me that her sister, the reason why her sister's child was not doing too good was because she had given up on God. That's why she's going through the problems she's facing with her child, she automatically said the reason why that boy is going through what she's going through is because mom has abandoned God. Mom has. So now she's now telling me to go and take my child to be prayed for here. Then when things go wrong, she would say, "Oh, it's because I've gone far away from God." She doesn't know I'm an atheist. This lady did. She doesn't know. Didn't bother to tell her because of her deep rooted beliefs in Christ. Hey, Juad, good to see you. Hey. So let's have a look here. How did this ministry start? I think he's going to tell us here. Right. So let's see.
You were walking. They said in layback Nigeria English, you they do guy. And sincerely, you were not doing guy. Why would you do guy? But it shows that grace has organized your steps.
No, it's one. I don't think it's this one. Might be the other one.
You are
I know
just
it's
speaking.
the other one. Sorry, it's not this one. It's the other one. Hold on 1 second. I'll find it for you. I will find it. I will find it. Hmm.
A particular tribe.
Is it this one?
He had to go and pray.
Was it this one?
Tonight, I want to hand you over.
Okay, no, never mind. This one here. This is because now
You can
that
do better
he's
than that.
getting so much popularity, everybody wants a piece of him. Everybody, including criminals,
Tonight, I
including
want
religious
to
criminals,
do
they
something
too
special.
want a piece.
And it
Because
is
now
something that I
the
do
rave is happening here.
solely a
Now
particular
everybody
tribe.
wants a piece. He's
I was
been
talking to
invited to all
Pastor
these
Isu
different
the other
places.
day,
You come
and
here, you come there, you
he
come.
said,
Huh?
Papa, the sword you give to me,
Okay,
he'll be here, so
there's
you'll hear
a
from him
video I'm
himself.
looking for. Hold on, I
And he
will
said,
get it.
I hung the sword in my office.
A sword.
Then he said he was dealing with some situation, and he sent the staff and said, go to the office and bring the sword Papa gave me.
Sword.
So they brought the sword. He lifted the sword and he made
Sword
some
or salt?
prophetic declarations to break some battles. After that, he told the protocol guy, go hang the sword back on the wall. So the guy went to hang the sword and he wasn't coming back. So after a while, he sent to find out what was happening, and the guy was stuck on the wall where the sword was hanging. He couldn't pull out. So they told him, and he had to go and pray to pull him out from the wall and from the sword. I want to do something prophetic
Prophetic.
in bridging
Something
the gap
prophetic, guys.
between one generation and another generation. Bring me the sword.
Generation. So the man who's talking right now, he's a pastor over in Ghana, right? He's one of the old time pastors. This is one of the old time scammers. Okay?
It's a long, it's a long journey, but faithful is he who has called, and he also would do it. The Bible said that in Hebrews 7:25 that he's able to deliver to the uttermost. And you must always remember that, to the uttermost, those who came to God by him, because he ever lives to make intercession for them. The greater intercessor ever lives to make intercession for you to fulfill your mandate. Tonight, I want to hand you over a sword, which is a symbol of authority in the spirit. Whenever you
Guys,
lift up this sword, let heaven respond. And let heaven.
what are these guys talking about? A sword as a spirit, spirit, uh, whatever this is. Guys, in Christianity now, we are handing over sword, knife, as a symbol of the spirit. Captain Desk, what are you saying? Captain Desk says, it seems to me that Esther's audience is hardcore feminist. What does that mean? What does that mean? Not sure I understand. What do you mean? What do you mean about my audience being hardcore feminists? I mean, nothing wrong with that. But what does that even mean? Mean, ish. Yes, I'm a feminist, 100%. But also, I tell people I'm a womanist and I am a manist. A womanist and a manist. So therefore, I am a humanist. But also I'm a feminist. Yes. I'm I am yes, ist. I'm humanist. Okay. Now we are giving people swords. Okay, let's see.
Respond by lightnings, by thunder, by earthquake, by fire, and by mercy. In the name of the Lord Jesus, hold the microphone for me. I hand you over this sword. Let it bridge the gap between my generation and your generation.
Bridge the gap between your generation and my generation. 1 second. The phone is ringing. Let me just quickly grab this.
Two hands are lifted. As the sword is lifted, let the sword of God's deliverance be lifted over your lives and your situation. And whatever that is not of God, let it go down by fire. I decree a new season. As the people scream the sword of Gideon, the sword of the Lord. Today we decree, let the sword of the Lord make a difference in your life. It is a new season. It is a higher level. It is a greater dimension. It is a greater outpouring. I decree it is done. It is done. It is done. It is done.
He has been handed the sword of the spirit. Hmm? Guys, it means that you're all for empowering women. Oh, I like that. I like that. But Druid, listen, I like men too. Yes, I do. I like men too. Um, I'm a feminist, but at the same time, I'm not for uh yeah, I feel like if when you empower women, men are empowered too. It has a ripple effect, right? And for me, I wouldn't want to put down any man. No, if he doesn't deserve to be put down, if he doesn't deserve to be sidelined, disrespected in any way, shape, or form, I want to champion him. I want to, give him, right? But that will only work when we are empowering the woman, and the woman then empowers the man. The man, it just, the way it works is such that when you empower the women, the men are empowered. It just works that way, right? But so far, so good. That's what I've seen. So I call myself a humanist, but feminist. Yeah. So here we go with the sword. My mandingo is, I am the ultimate mandingoist. You don't want to know. I am the ultimate mandingoist. Yes, that's me. Are you a mandingoist? Right, Esther Program, sorry. After hours. No, I am a hardcore mandingoist. That's right. Hardcore manding. Listen. All right. I mean, never mind. Let's just leave that for another day. Okay. Right. So, why exactly have I decided to talk about this particular man and his sword of the spirit? Guys, it's funny how this man gets thousands and thousands of views on the internet. But what exactly does he talk about? What exactly is going on in this place that has Christians raving? Christians are they're going gaga over this guy. Someone reckons that this man makes $50,000. Okay, let's have a look here. Someone reckons that he makes $50,000 a day. Hold on. Wait, let me share this tab. Yeah, this guy did this video and he reckons that he makes $50,000 a day. Okay, but we will get to why this is very important. And I think I will spend some time doing some exposes on, not
With a
exposes, but just
manual.
talking about
In this
some of the
video,
things they
I'll be
talk
sharing
about.
with you guys exactly how much Pastor Jerry Eze earns from his YouTube channel. I mean, how much YouTube pays Pastor Jerry Eze from his channel.
Wow.
Mind you, these amounts, these figures might blow your mind. Well, on my opinion, I think Pastor Jerry Eze deserves the money he earns from YouTube, and even more than that because he puts in work. Well, without wasting much of your time, let's go straight into the video. They don't get it. You were walking. They said in layback Nigerian English, you did do guy. And sincerely, you were not doing guy. Why would you do guy? But it shows that grace has organized your steps. You are just being you. So guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. Like I said earlier, I'll be sharing with you guys exactly how much Pastor Jerry Eze makes from his YouTube channel. But before we dive straight into the figures he makes from YouTube, if you're
Please dive in. I just
Pastor
want
Jerry
to know.
Eze has
Just dive
over
in. Dive
1.8
straight in.
million subscribers on YouTube, over 334.8 million total video views, and 1,847 video uploads, including his live morning prayers. Now let's go straight into his channel. Now, Pastor Jerry Eze's channel is ranked 32,982nd in the world, and his video views is ranked over 47,507 in the world. And in Nigeria, his channel is ranked 21st in Nigeria. Now, this is how much Pastor Jerry Eze earns on a monthly basis. Pastor Jerry Eze earns an estimate of $65,000 on a monthly basis, which he deserves, I think, and I know so, and over 780,000 US dollars annually. I mean, per year. Do you think he deserves more than this, or he's getting too much out of what he does online? Now, this is how much Pastor Jerry Eze earns per video. Now, this is Pastor Jerry Eze's live section, and he's estimated to earn over $2,000 per video. So, guys, I want to know what you think about Pastor Jerry Eze's earnings from his YouTube channel. Do you think he deserves more than this,
Hey,
or he's
Oscar,
earning
now good
way
to
too
see
much
you.
from this channel? Well,
So you've seen the
on my
figures,
opinion,
right?
I think Pastor Jerry Eze deserves more than what he earns from his YouTube channel currently, because even the blind knows that this man works so hard. This man puts in so much.
So he works so hard, right? This is exactly what he does on YouTube. Right? Let's share this again. Share this tab. Right? This is exactly what he does on here.
shall be made a plain, a
So he
quarter.
went out doing this.
Somebody turn the fire, 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 fire,
Yeah,
fire. Say today, any mountain,
this is what
any
he
mountain,
worked hard
standing,
doing.
standing in front
Okay,
of
but
me in February.
let's not have
You
a
are
big
a
argument.
liar. You are a liar. You are a liar. Wherever you are, fire, 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 fire. I need you to pray and move. Pray and move. Oh, Shabba, like you know, no mountain is stopping you. Ashaba, prayer and move. Osaba, yes, sir. Beata, no waiting, no waiting in February. Ashabada, Akata, no mountain. Yadaba, Ashabada, Asabada, Akoto, Jesus, Jesus, Beata, Ataba, Ataba, Akato, Oraba, Asaba, Atata, Arabia, Etoto, Rakata, Asaba, Eya, 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 Atoba, Abiada.
So, guys, I mean, like I was saying earlier on, do your hustle. If this is a money making scheme for you, please go ahead and do it. But then again, what are you teaching the people? What are the people believing? What are the people getting from this? And that's where this is important. Not the weird workout technique. Guys, you'll need to see this, right? Let's go. Aish. Okay, here we go. You guys will understand why this needs to be called out. Okay, so
This testimony from Sierra Leone. I joined the NSPPD prayer group in August 2021. And in September, the devil wanted to steal my joy. My 2-year-old daughter went to school on the 21st of September. And after school, she came back sick. She was having a very high temperature. So I gave her some drugs because it was already late in the evening. And throughout the night, she was having a very high temperature. On the 22nd of September, very early at 5 in the morning, a.m. And then my daughter started shivering. She threw up. My daughter passed away. You won't believe it. Right in my hands. We started shouting, Jesus. We checked our pulse. There was no life. We checked our
we
heartbeat.
checked
There was
our
no
pulse.
life.
There was no
We
life.
started shouting. I held her daughter.
Please listen to some of these testimonies. A 2-year-old is ill. She's in her mother's arms and she goes limp. Goes uh yeah, limp would be the word. Mother says she passed on. The last time I checked, in order to conclude that someone has passed on, there are certain things, criterias that that person will have to meet before we say this person has passed on. I get it. See, one thing I'm not going to try and do is be insensitive. I'll try and be as sensitive and as objective and logical as possible. So this baby, something is wrong, right? In her mother's arm, things go wrong. Ideally, the first thing we need to do is be on our way to a hospital like yesterday. We need to be on the way. Go, 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 go. Okay, but we're not. We're here. So, in order for you to understand why Jerry Eze's methods or his teachings are dangerous, is this: instead of you rushing this child to the hospital, what do we decide to do? Okay, let's go and see what they decide to do.
Daughter just took her from me, and then we remember the testimony
You
of that
remember the
time.
testimony?
She just placed the phone beside her.
She
All
placed
and
the
behold, my
phone.
daughter came back to life. She started opening her eyes as the prayer was going on, and then she started
No,
shaking. She said, "Mommy, she's back. She's back." I said, "To God be the glory. Indeed, what God cannot do does not exist." We were praying, and then we rushed to the hospital.
the mother said she had passed on. And what did they decide to do? They went and got a phone with Jerry Eze praying and put it by her ears. And she came back to, and then rushed her to the hospital. We put the cart before the horse. Guys, when you trust in your online man of God, you have a child who is, according to the mother, has gone lifeless. And what do? We get a phone and place it by the ears of the child. You see what beliefs would lead people to believing. Huh? Put the phone by the ear of the little girl. Then when she comes to, now we are rushing to the hospital. Really? Hey, goodness, who did this to our
As we
people?
entered the ward, the nurse that was in charge was also listening to NSPPD. We started
Oh
praying.
no,
By the time
oh
they came back to
gosh.
attend to my daughter, she was normal.
When they got to the hospital, the nurse was also on the phone listening to the online prayers. This thing has become a global delusion, a global pandemic. God damn it. Guys, what are your thoughts? You all share your thoughts. Can you guys hear what's going on here? You rush your child to the hospital, you get to the hospital. The nurse is also listening to your online YouTube prayers. In this country where I live in, if a nurse is online listening to, if she's online at her job, and she's online listening to YouTube prayers, she'll be in serious trouble. But unfortunately, this is what Jerry Eze is peddling.
Normal. The temperature was normal. Everything was okay. The run test, everything was negative. To God be the glory. Indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. I used to hear that people come back to life. But in today, I'm an evidence. I'm a living evidence to say
She's
what
an
God cannot do does
evidence.
not exist. So thank God. My daughter is alive. May God bless you. May God bless your ministry. Indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. Since that day to till today, my daughter is okay.
Let me tell you what this testimony has done back home. Even the lady, one of the nurse that checked the girl when she was dead in the house, she's a proper Muslim. Proper Muslim. From that day, that woman has started joining NSPPD. Yesterday, she came to my sister and said, I have started joining NSPPD because I believe that's your God that you're serving. And the woman is a Muslim. Even our child that was not talking yesterday prayer while we were praying. And she believed, she said the first time her child said a word, and the neighbors, because the nurse is a Muslim, she came and checked that girl, she was dead. And the distance from my sister's house to the hospital is far. And the driver that took my sister's daughter to the hospital, also, they are all Muslims. They saw what happened. The entire area saw what happened. I've been.
Truly, what God cannot do does not really exist. It started some.
Let's see. K-Walk says, in my less empathy moods, I refer to spirituality and religion as mind viruses. I completely agree. But guess who suffers as a result of these mind viruses? You want to know who? You want to know? We just saw one of them just now. The children. The children who didn't ask to be in these faith system. We have a child who is sick and needs to be rushed immediately. What do? We put a phone with a praying pastor in her ears. Kalitha, so what about the parents who lost a child? No, Kalitha. Kalitha, are you serious? Kalitha, is that I'm one of the Kalitha, are you serious? Please let me know. And if that's the case, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I had no clue. I had no clue. Oh goodness. I am so so sorry. Oh yes, that's a good question, girl. What would you like to talk about? Wow. Oh Kalitha. No. Mm-mm. I lost my mother 4 years ago and I still cry. I still cry. I still cry. I can't even see my mother's picture. Her picture just throws me off balance. And a child, 20 years ago, Kalitha. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Once again, 20 years ago, it never, it never goes away. It's not one of these that you can just, oh, it's always as raw as the day it happened. I'm sorry, I've never lost a child before, so I cannot relate in that way, but I can empathize.
Sometime last year when my wife joined NSPPD and introduced me to NSPPD. So together we were joining the program and it was all happening as God has directed it. My wife took in even when she was not seeing her period at all. She took in. It's only God that can do that kind of miracle. No blood flow, nothing, no menstrual cycle. For 6 months, nothing. She took in. The main testimony took place on the 22nd of April, 2021. I was called from the office that there is an emergency. I need to start coming to the hospital. Before I could say anything, I was called back and I was told to do a phone consent to immediate CS to be carried out on my wife for delivery. And I had to give my consent over the phone while I was finding my way down to the hospital. Getting to the hospital, my baby was brought out and premature. It was kept in the incubator. But the next part was my wife. She came out of the theater. It was actually severe preeclampsia, according to the doctor. Her blood pressure kept on hitting above 225 slash 120. All effort to suppress the blood pressure, nothing could be done. The doctors kept on trying. They tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried until 9 p.m. on Thursday, 22nd April 2021. The crisis came up and we lost her. I lost my wife. For 45 minutes, in fact, the monitor has dropped to zero. The monitor has dropped to zero. No heartbeat, no heart rate, nothing. She has phoned up, she has taken her last breath, and she had gone. I stood there, confused. Every of my organs were gone, they were dead. Only for the sister that I even introduced to NSPPD, who came to the hospital because of the situation I was passing through. She sat on the ground crying and she started shouting, "What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. What God can."
Gaywalk, thank you. Thank you so much. So sorry for about your mom. Your feelings are valid. All of your feelings are too. They want to feel special when they make believe based on a good outcome. Disgusting. It is disgusting, Kalitha. So his wife has passed on, right? His wife is gone. Now there's somebody outside shouting, "What God cannot do does not exist." The slogan for this church, this online church, "What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist." Let's see how that's. You see, the thing is, your belief, until you can show me how it is the God that you think you're speaking to that healed this woman, huh? Then y'all are just lying. This is just a pack of lies. What is the link between the God and that sick person? No, what is the link? How are we just automatically saying because we said a few words, God, what God cannot do does not exist? Then it was God that did it. Huh? Is this what we're doing here? Is this what we're doing here?
Not do does not exist. And we started saying what God cannot do does not exist.
Yes.
What God cannot do does not exist. For 45 minutes of lifeless body came back to life. It's only God. And all glory and honor and adoration is ascribed unto.
How do you know it is God? How do you know? Because you all were just saying what God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not. So automatically, it is God. This is what Jerry Eze is teaching these people. What is the link between the God and the what does not do does not exist? Huh? Okay. The question is, what about the many people that don't say what God does not do does not exist and have somebody who is dying? Are you saying that they're not going to get a miracle? Is this what you're saying? Oh, we've got to get the right pastor, the right slogan, the right words coming out of our mouth, the right online preacher before God can step in. Is this what you're saying?
The Lord our Heavenly Father. Thank you, Jesus. It could only be you. It can only be you. Thank you, Pastor Jerry, and all NSPPDans. May God bless
Oh
you.
gosh.
Good morning, Pastor Jerry. I
Pastor,
have my
thank
evidence.
you.
What God cannot do does not
All
exist. On the 2nd of August,
NSPPDans.
Pastor said he wants somebody to do 5 days vigil. And I keyed into it. On that day, around 12 o'clock, I wanted to wake up. I'll say no. When it's 12:30, I'll wake. Around 1 o'clock, my husband took his drugs. His little son called him that, Daddy, I want to pee. As my husband went to take him to the toilet, the next thing I just heard, Bwah, my husband fell in the toilet. He just called me. As he wanted to get up again, he fell the second time. He just screamed, Chioma. I just came and lifted him up and put him on the chair. Before I knew it, he was struggling to leave. He fought death. He struggled, then he ended it. He dropped dead exactly 18 minutes past 1. He brought out his tongue, and that was the end of it. Then my son, maybe of 10 years, just screamed,
Hmm.
Daddy, so this is how you want to leave us? I said, no, it's not going anywhere. I have my evidence. What God cannot do does
Here
not
we
exist.
go.
I picked up my
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. In an emergency, these people are doing things the wrong way around. You should be on the phone, calling the emergency, doing something fast, not fucking what God does not do does not exist, blah, 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 blah. Guys, do you know how many people have died saying what God does not do does not exist? Instead of rushing that person to the hospital. I don't want to even know. I don't want to start checking because there might be people that were shouting, what God does not do, what cannot do does not exist, and nothing happens. Guys, oh, people need to be careful. I'm sorry. But you know something? Videos like mine will not get any views at all. Nobody cares. Nope. Then nobody's interested. What do you got to say? You said what? Nah, we would rather do our beliefs. Our what God does not do does not exist. Blah blah blah. Huh? Hey,
my phone. I wanted to
People
click
are in
onto the program
trouble.
that night because I used to play it in the night. The devil is a bastard. The phone was malfunctioning. I flamed the phone. I started screaming, "What God cannot do does not exist." As I was saying it, people in the street, because it was in the night, the whole area, they were all banging the gate. The gate was shouting, "Madam, open the door. What is happening? People are here. They want to enter. What are they coming to do?" Because he was already gone. I was screaming, "God of Pastor Jerry, Charles Mary Wednesday, he must testify. I must testify. I have evidence. What God cannot do does not exist." Those were the only things I was saying. Before I knew it, my husband sneezed and he shook his hand, shook the second one, shook his leg, shook his leg. Before he knew it, I was, said, "Chioma, please, I want to stand." I said, "You cannot stand." He said, "No, he wants to walk." I now guided him and he walked front and he came back and I laid him. Around 6 o'clock a.m., people in the area came knocking. They thought he was gone. So when I told my son to open the door. When they opened the door, "Madam, we had your cry." They were knocking. I didn't open. I said, "What God cannot do does not exist." That's my testimony. What God cannot do does not exist. One woman said, "Madam, God is on that altar. Madam, you can pray." They call me, "What God cannot do does not exist." I want to thank God for the life of my husband. I want to thank God for the life of Pastor Jerry. May the oil on your head never.
This is absolutely crazy. People die every day. So because they're not saying what God cannot do, does not exist, so they're just not lucky, right? This is what we're doing out here. Huh? Black and white thinking. That is it, Kalitha. The moment we say what God cannot do does not exist, automatically it is God that did it. God healed us. But the day when you say what God cannot do does not exist and nothing happens, we don't think, "Oh shit, the God didn't answer our prayers." No, 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 no. It's the black and white thinking. What links the God? This God has never been proven to exist. There is no evidence for this God. So how do you know it is a God? What link, what correlation do you have between that God and your slogan? And this is why I call this a global delusion. It is a global delusion. Where's that video I'm looking for? Where did it go? It's a video I'm looking for just now. Where did it go? Is it this one? Wait, I think it's this one. All right, let's see.
From the God, I announce, let every reverse.
I jumped. I jumped. I had to scatter everywhere. I went into the room. I woke everybody up. I called my son. I said, "Come and see. Come and see." On the 16th day of January, we went.
No. I think I've gone a bit too far. Okay, this one says that one was healed from celiac. Guys, this is dangerous. All these belief thingies are dangerous because these people. Okay, this one you're about to listen to.
Take a look at some of the testimonies, mind-blowing testimonies of what Jesus did for people like you and I.
And guys, some of these things that these people call testimonies, people who don't believe in this crap here, they get this all the time. Especially this lady in the green. Please listen to this so-called testimony. So-called. I know people that have gone through this and don't believe shit.
I have evidence. God
No
has saved me.
evidence.
What God cannot do does not exist. In December of 2023, I noticed that my legs were swelling and I was packing dizziness. Like I could be standing and be sleeping at the same time. So I told my doctor and he asked me to call me. When I went in, they ran some tests and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, your HbA1c is 7.3 and I thought you're fully blown diabetic." In fact, it was like the wall came crumbling down. I came home, but one thing that stood for me was my husband refused to believe that result. That's why my husband refused to believe that result. I still had fear in my heart until a friend of mine said to me, "How long can you battle that disease for? How old are you?" Hey, this is the kind, man. I said, on this fire altar. I said, "No problem. If I did do up and all before, now I go permanent so that my testimony will be permanent." And so we became more consistent on the fire altar, and I kept on telling God, "See my result, see my result, have mercy." With fear too.
So her blood sugars are high. And someone said, "You're too young to go through all of this." So they became more consistent on the fire altar. I think in Jerry Eze's church, they've got this thing they call fire altar. I bet it's giving more money, praying more, fasting more. This is becoming more consistent on the prayer altar. So until she became more consistent on the prayer altar before things started to happen. Let's see what happened after she became consistent on the prayer altar.
I see when I engage the doctor, I spoke to a fitness doctor. She said, okay,
Guys,
go
please
and do this test
give
again.
the
And I
screen the
went
thumbs
to
up,
go and do
please.
this test. Head blood was from 7.3, dropped to 5.3. When I gave it to the doctor, she asked me, Madam, not your friend, what declared you diabetic? I said, right, doctor. She said, no, this result is not the result of a diabetic patient. And I went back again on Friday to do my test. I was not on Friday. I was on the way to the hospital. When the got to the how can I, because I'm going to hospital, not join the prayer. What if it's only that Papa remembers it? Anyway, Papa not mentioned my test, but he said the 7 things I want to do. Number one was this one. I said, God, diabetes, because they not also see blood sugar, they saw cholesterol was plenty. So I said, God, my God that sees me, show me mercy. Anyway, as we were going, as I was going, I was praying. Even when I went to the hospital, that was when Papa said, should be. I never said it was to be. Even if I never, I'm sure those people around me will say this was something to do because I was wearing
Too fast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I increased the speed. Sorry.
Yes. Anyway, on Saturday, I went to pick up my result. And Papa, you know the one that was the doctor. You know, it was 5.3 before. Then I came down to 5.1. And now I told God that for me to be sure that you healed me, I want my fasting to be 4.5. I've never gotten fasting 4.5 for. Most times 5.5%, 6. I told her, I want my fasting to be 4.5. Papa,
she told God, I want my blood sugars fasting to come down to 4.5. Huh? You tell God, hey there, God. You know my fasting blood sugars? Huh? You think you can make them 4.5? And the God up there decides, okay. 4.5? Right, let's give you 4.5. Her blood sugars dropped from 5.8 to 5.1. I know people that have lost, all they did was change their diet, change lifestyle, like their lifestyle choices, do a bit of exercise, not calling a God, and their blood sugars dropped. They started off on metformin, started off on the injections, and had to stop because their blood sugars have become regulated on diet and good lifestyle choices. Now we are praying to God, God, make my thinking drop from to what is this? And now she's got the results in her hands.
I asked all the Lord. God did it. My fasting was 4.5. My HbA1c was 5.1. The doctor she was in shock. She
From
was in shock.
5.8
I'm here
to
to give God all the glory
5.1.
because I'm too young for this kind of movement.
5.8 to 5.1. Your doctor was shocked. Your doctor hasn't got a clue what they are doing. If they are shocked at your blood glucose levels dropping from 5.8 to 5.1, I would change doctors if I was you. But hey, what do I know?
I'm here to say, the God who sees me, may his name alone be praised. And I want to say that the oil upon your head will never run dry. God bless you, Pastor Jen. God bless you, Obeno. God bless Pastor Okro. Hey, Pastor Jerry,
My name is Loveline, and I'm recording this testimony from Munich, Germany. November last year, I got a report from my 13-year-old son's school that he suddenly lost interest in football. That every time he feels weak, he doesn't even last 5 minutes in the field. And this is a boy who's a major part of his team. So they were complaining and was asking me to go see his pediatrician to know what was wrong. So I made an appointment with his pediatrician.
A young boy. Young boy likes to play football. They live in Munich, right? Munich. He likes to play football, and she gets a call from the school that he's lost all desire to play football. He's become weak, right? Take him to hospital. Okay, let's see what happens.
The pediatrician recommended that we run a general test since it was is in his puppet age that she recommended we run a general test on him to ascertain what was wrong. So which we did. they took some blood and we were asked to bring his stool, and everything was done. A few days later, she called me, inviting me to her clinic with my 13-year-old son. So on getting there, she was explaining a lot of things. So she said, "Oh, unfortunately, we noticed celiac disease on your son." I said, "What is that?" They said, "Oh, he's an intestinal problem. That's why he's weak. That's why he's always having stomach problem. Is this, is that?" That she recommended the clinic. She said the clinic will run the same tests and show us the way forward. On getting home, I had to make the appointment as quick as possible. Then he gave me appointment. It was on the 19th of December. He went there, the clinic did the test all over again, took everything, did his blood, stool, and everything, and asked us to come 16th day of January.
This is one of the reasons why this is very important, because it is one thing for mom and dad to have a belief, but when children are roped into that as well. This boy, they think he's got celiac disease, right? I don't know a lot about celiac disease. I really don't. But, hey, they've said celiac disease. Okay. What does the mom do next after he's been, and the way she sounded, it's not, I don't think it was a definite diagnosis. It's just being told to go to another clinic, right? Maybe a specialist clinic who will run further tests, right? To make sure, okay, has he really got it or not, right? I don't know. But I mean, you don't just take one person saying, oh, this is it, right? Seek a second opinion, a third opinion, right? Oh, I mean, come on, be proactive. This is your child. Don't just take the words of one person and just, panic. No. They might have maybe got it wrong, or I don't know. Just do something. Do something. Not just, never mind.
Don't worry. So I came home very angry. Knowing I'm in this altar, I didn't want to believe it. Like I said, it was not my son's report. I brought all of these reports, all of it. I've been praying with it on the altar of fire every morning. I will lay it all on my bed, on my TV sets, because everywhere in my house plays NSPPD. I was believing God that Pastor Jerry would mention it before the 16th of January. And lo and behold, on the 5th of January, 52 minutes into the prayer, Pastor Jerry mentioned my son's case. He said celiac disease.
I hear celiac disease. Celiac disease. If you are the one, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, I announce, let it be reversed.
Hey God, I jumped. I had to scatter everywhere. I went into the room. I woke everybody up. I called my son. I said, come and see. On the 16th day of January, we went to the doctor. Pastor Jerry, this time, I didn't go to this doctor, to this clinic, the same way I went the first time.
She's been laying the papers on the fire altar. I'm praying that. Just tell you how sickening this is. So you believe that until Jerry Eze mentions celiac disease while he's on the top, that then and only then will your child be healed. So she was waiting for Jerry Eze to mention celiac, and the moment he mentioned celiac disease, she jumps up, scatters everything. Hey, it's me he's talking about. You create a people that depend on their gurus, on their men of God, on their pastors. This is crazy. So what did you do next, madam? Let's see what happened next.
The test. I went to the clinic wearing my wig, my fresh wig. I went to the clinic wearing my makeup like a child of God that I am. I went to the clinic wearing my best outfits because I know God has done it. We came into the doctor's office. Here they like to talk to children directly, especially when they are up to 13. The doctor faced my son and he was like, "Oh, Alex, I look at your results after everything. I look at your results and everything here is showing, oh, come, you can come over and check and look at what I'm saying." Oh, my son was like, okay. They were both looking at his computer and watching the results. He said, "Oh, you are a very healthy boy. Pastor Jerry, I repeat, the doctor said to my son, "You are a very healthy boy." What I said immediately was, "What God cannot do," my son said, "does not exist." I said, "What God cannot do," said, "does not exist." The doctor was looking at us. He said, "Because I have looked at everything, I have run all the tests, and this is your result. You are very healthy. You are even taller than your age. Your bones are strong. They are fit. They are fit to do everything. You are a healthy boy." The boy looked at the doctor, was like, "Oh, you can also come and say," I said, "Doctor, wait, please. Let me verify something." The doctor who referred us to your clinic said, "Celiac disease. Have you checked that one?" He said, "Your son does not have any disease whatsoever. Your son is healthy." Oh, Pastor Jerry, thank you. Thank you for everything.
I am Joy from Lagos. I have come to return glory adoration to the doer of all things, the God of NSPPD, Elroy, the God who sees me and my household in this altar. Pastor Jerry, the God of NSPPD, destroyed Marie.
You all noticed how she thanked Jerry Eze. This man does not know this woman, has no contact with her. He's just online praying his but for the simple fact that he called he mentioned celiac disease. This woman now automatically thinks that it was her, and that is what healed her son. Hey, I bet that woman now will go and give all her money now to Pastor Jerry, because it is Pastor Jerry. Thank you, Pastor Jerry. Whoa.
Delayed over my life because getting married was war in my life. I did my first introduction in 2016. On the planning for the wedding, the whole thing was scattered. Several of them came. Once I introduced them to my family, I would take them home or pick place for wedding. I won't see them again. But the God of NSPD came through for me. I remember my mom called me early 2021 and said, some couples of pastors met her and told that if I ever get married, I need to come home for deliverance, that they need to get me delivered. And she called me and said I should come home. I said, which home? For what? He said deliverance. Who said so? He said some pastor. I said, me, I'm not going to come home. And she was like, they said, don't you get married before you understand I can get married. I told my mom, I already had an altar. I cried unto God. True. I don't need to know the pastor. I don't need to go and meet him. But his God can deliver me right from my room. I told her that the God of NSB is capable to deliver me. And the God of NSB came true for me and my sister. It was back to back. For the first time in my hometown, for the first time in my family, that two sisters are getting married back to back. Pastor Jerry, your God did this for me. And that of my younger sister. Mine was 26.
So now we're talking about marriage. She's been trying to get married, couldn't get married. And her mom calls her to say, "Oh, a man of God said you should come. The reason why you're not getting married is because we need to do some deliverance on you. Tell your daughter to come and let's do deliverance on her." And she told her mom, "No, no, 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 no. I've already got my own altar where I pray. And the God of my pastor on this altar, yeah, he'll do it for me, mom. Go tell that other pastor. Don't worry about it. I've already got an altar to pray." And then before you know it, God did it for her. Now look at her getting married. And then his sister as well is getting married about the same time, back to back. When you hear these people talk about back to back, it means that there's testimony upon testimony. Yes, so back to back. She's getting married, sister's getting married. It's the God of Jerry Eze. The global delusion is real.
Hers was 27, back to back. When I mean back to back, the whole village was like, wow, you mean these two people are getting married, like two sisters? Because many people have already told my mom, you will not get married for your God. For me and that of my younger sister. Conceiving again became an issue, Pastor Jerry. And I was like, must I always go through issues? Must I always go through delay? Every stages of my life, Pastor Jerry. I cried like never before. November 2022, my word came. And Pastor Jerry said, I don't know who you are. He said, is this how you end November? Without carrying your evidence? The Lord said, no.
I hear your prayer in my ear. For you say, Lord, shall I end this year without my
Man just
baby?
prays, and
Shall
these
I
people
end
think
this
he's
year
talking
without being
to them.
pregnant? The message of
Guys, these people are watching. The same way y'all are watching me right now, right? The same way y'all are watching me right now. I might say something that's relevant to what you're going through now, and these Christians automatically think that Jerry is talking about them. Couldn't have babies. And now she's praying and listening to Jerry Eze, and Jerry Eze is talking this talk, whatever this thing is doing. And this lady automatically thinks that Jerry Eze is talking about her. Do you know how many other people, guys, the delusion is real. Do you know how many more people are tuning in and also thinking that Jerry, because like I said to you the other day, 185,000 people tune in watching. Whoa.
God is finding you where you are.
Wow.
The womb will not be empty. It will not be empty. It will not be empty. For children are heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. He has seen the pain. He has seen the mockery. By the mercies of God. By the mercies of God. I decree and declare, carry your babies right now.
I said, wow, the word has finally come. Because then I was on my period, which I was thinking I was going to miss it, to be pregnant, because the year is already ending. And I knew my husband was not going to be around during my next ovulation, which was December. So I became so worried. And that was how he traveled. He came back a week to my next period. Pastor Jerry. Pastor Jerry, for the very first time that I will miss my period, I will test positive. Oh my God. Your God gave us this lovely, handsome son of yours, Pastor Jerry. I have come to say thank you.
Pastor Jerry's God. Guys, folks, are you hearing this? Or is it just me that is hearing this? Huh? Is it just me? Pastor Jerry's God gave her a baby. Pastor Jerry's God gave her a baby. Her husband ejaculated inside her, but Pastor Jerry's God gave her the baby. Guys, Christians, is this what we are doing now? We are thanking Jerry Eze because his God gave you a baby. Right, Care Walk? You listening? Thank you. Care Walk. God is giving people babies now. Whoa. I mean, I'm trying to understand something. Okay, so man and woman come together, have a bit of, in a moment of passion, they do their oohs, ahs, oh, ah. The man does his thing, releases his swimmers. So wait, let me understand. God stands there and says, okay, now that out of the millions that he has brought out of himself, we must make that meet this and create baby. This is all right.
To the jewel of all things, Roy, the God who sees me on this altar. Pastor Jerry, your God is just too much.
Pastor Jerry's God is too much.
From the US. I have come to return the glory to God for what He has done in my life. Sometime last year, around late November, early December, I was hospitalized for about 2 weeks, and for the better part of that 2 weeks, I was on oxygen. And during that time in the hospital, the doctors came up to me and they said that they did an echo, and they noticed that towards the right side of my heart, like the pressure on the right side of my heart was elevated, and it was concerning for pulmonary hypertension. Now, being in the medical field and the pharmacist, I knew exactly what they were talking about. And they said that they would like to take a deeper look at it, that I should come into the hospital to see the pulmonologist. So my appointment was scheduled for January 8th. When I went for my appointment on January 8th, all the symptoms I was having, they said, oh, now that they're even more sure that of the diagnosis. But the doctor was like, in order to be very certain, that he needed to do a right heart catheterization. And the right heart catheterization is an invasive procedure where they put a catheter through my neck to my heart, and then they can measure the pressure in the pulmonary arteries to see
this is something that's
I truly have this
people
pulmonary hypertension. So
guys, You see, these people make all these things sound like they're so extraordinary. Oh, the doctor said they're going to put this. These doctors are doing it every day for people who don't believe. These are procedures that these doctors have. They have mastered this craft. We don't thank doctors and surgeons and nurses enough. We honestly do not. The doctors will do everything, they will operate, they will do, and the believers will go back and go and say, hey, the God of Jerry Eze did this for me. Huh? The doctors would do wonders for these people. And they go back and go and thank the God of Jerry Eze. Kerwalk says that the husband's swimmers are moved by the Spirit. Believe. Okay. I believe that God is directing the swimmers. Yeah. This is a God thing. Yes. Yeah. This is what God does. Thank the Lord. Hallelujah. Gosh. Ah, man.
Message the doctor. I was like, is before we do the procedure, can I get a second echo done to see if the pressure is still high? And then if it's still high, then I'll go for the procedure. He said okay, but that he wouldn't cancel the procedure yet, that I should keep it scheduled until the result of the echo comes back. So they scheduled me for the procedure February 9th and scheduled my echo for January 24th. Fast forward to January 24th, they were supposed to get the second echo. And I was on the prayer line, I was praying, I was really expecting what I said, God, please.
So she's about to have a second echocardiogram.
Mention my case.
She's about to have her second echocardiogram. When she's online now, praying about it. And Jerry Eze mentioned her case. So when Jerry Eze does not mention your case, you are doomed. You are basically fucked because Jerry Eze did not mention your case. This is why I don't agree with all this belief in miracles and all this testimony. Because listen, only one out of how many people praying is going to receive this? How many? This is why I don't rate Jesus and all his miracles. I don't think they were special. I don't think they were spectacular. Because Jesus' miracles, you had to be at the right place, the right time, meeting the right person, saying the right things before you can get any of Jesus' miracles. Think about it. When Jesus was here on the earth and was prancing around the desert, the few people who came across Jesus were the only ones who got a miracle. Nobody in another planet, no, I'm going to say another planet, another country from where Jesus was getting any miracles because they were not in contact with Jesus. It's crazy. Miracles, the idea of miracles, that you have to get up from one place and go to this special place to go and receive miracles. Or you've got to go and visit the right preacher, the right prophet before you can get miracles. It's really twisted. It's twisted. This is where Christianity does damage to the minds of people. It leaves them thinking that, until I get up and go there, until I turn on my phone and watch Jerry Eze, nothing's going to happen for me. Wow. Belief.
And then shortly into the prayer, Pastor mentioned pulmonary. As soon as I had pulmonary, I just jumped up. I'm like, he's talking about me. And then he mentioned alveoli, something. I'm like, hey, God, why are you playing with my emotions? Like, why is Pastor talking about pulmonary alveoli? My own is not pulmonary alveoli. My own is pulmonary hypertension. Like, you just mentioned my own now. What's all this? Honestly, I was very discouraged. But as soon as I bowed down my head to continue praying, the next thing I heard was pulmonary hypertension is being reversed.
Pulmonary hypertension. The Lord is removing it right now. Right now.
He said it so quickly. But me, I got it. I was like, God, thank you. You have mentioned my case finally. So I was very excited. I started taking screenshots of all my.
It was moving so quickly, but she quickly latched on to his prayer and thanking God that he mentioned her. Oh, yeah, yeah. Guys, do you know if you want to go and set up church, do you know how easy it is to start church and just be rolling, just be moving, just be making money off people's beliefs? Is that easy? Just tell them, just say, just mention pulmonary disease, and that's it. Anyone who's got pulmonary disease thinks, yeah, you must be talking about me. This is what we're doing out here now. And we have millions of people tuned in to listen to this. Wow.
Appointments that I had. I took screenshots of the previous test results. I was very excited and I couldn't sleep. I've never been so excited to go for a doctor's appointment. But that morning, I got up. I went, and as I was there, I just kept praying, God, what they saw before they will not see it again. What they saw before they will not see it again. So me and the lady who was doing the echo were just chatting, and finally the procedure was over. And 2 days later, the results came out. And to God be the glory, it was showing no normal function, normal systolic function, normal right heart this, normal this. I was like, oh, thank you. I just started screaming. I started jumping. I was so excited. I don't know what to say, but to say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, the God who sees me, truly saw me, truly heard me. And I've come to say thank you. Thank you, Pastor Jerry, for all that you keep doing. God
Thank you,
bless you.
Pastor
And
Jerry.
God replenish you in
Yeah.
Jesus' name. Amen.
Pastor Jerry,
Oh,
my
here we
hands
go.
are full. Look at my
Guys, so heartbreaking. Thank you, Pastor Jerry. Hester, what are we doing here? The Church of Mandingo. No, Mandingo has to come out, man. We need to start. Okay, what is she going to
evidence.
talk about now?
Roy, the God that sees me, he gave me triple for my trouble, triple for my
Oh,
shame. Papa Jerry, what our Jehovah
God gave
cannot do
her
does not exist. My
triple.
name is Mrs.
Triple.
Tessie Mfon Uta from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I am that woman that God have shown mercy. I have come to return all the glory to Roy, the God that sees me. Papa Jerry, I got married 2017. I was believing God for the fruit of the womb. From that 2017, I started going to hospitals trying to get pregnant. I did everything locally, medically possible, but all to no avail. Papa, I was believing God for the fruit of the womb. 2020, I stumbled on NSPPD on Facebook. It was after your birthday I became serious, and I'm listening to testimonies. So that 2020, I took in. I was excited. I was already writing my Obago testimony. That was when we used to write our testimonies. Pastor Jerry, I lost the pregnancy. But still, I held on to God's word. I lost the pregnancy. Me and my husband were happy. We were excited. At least we had a positive pregnancy result. At least 2021 came. I got pregnant again. I lost the pregnancy. Pastor Jerry, 2021, God blessed us with a new house and a new car. Pastor Jerry, August 2021, we moved into our new house. I was pregnant. Pastor Jerry, every night I have severe pains. Pastor Jerry, I went to the hospital. They said there is nothing wrong with me, but they will give me injection. I'll come back home. The same thing will continue. Pastor Jerry, that's how I lost that pregnancy. Pastor Jerry, 2022, I took in again.
You notice how she was praying, lost pregnancy 1. She was praying, lost pregnancy 2. Wait, what happened to those? Pastor Jerry's God decided not to answer those prayers. No. You see, we record the hits and completely ignore the misses. We record the good things that God has done, but the things that God hasn't done, we don't care. Drew, I've seen your comments. It is the best thing of this live stream is your unparalleled beauty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But guys, after this, we're going to end for tonight. I will come back again tomorrow because I intend to do a whole series on this. This delusion is real. This Christian delusion is real. Wow. Pastor Jerry, thank you. Your God did this. Your God did. Wow. What did Pastor
Twice
Jerry's
I
God do? Come on.
evacuated the pregnancy. I had a series of IUI and it failed, Pastor Jerry. 2023 came. I said, I am done. I am not doing anything again. If it's not God, let me leave it. If God cannot do it for me, let it remain undone. So that 2023, I came again on the altar, 21 days fasting and prayer. You
Again.
said there's a woman here. You're seeing blood, but you're pregnant.
Even though you are seeing your menses, you're already pregnant.
Pastor Jerry,
Even though you are seeing your menses, you are still. This is what Pastor Jerry is making millions on. Yep, this is it, guys. We will continue this tomorrow. My goodness. But this is a start of many. This particular, last time I was on the live, I told you I want to expose, there's a particular man I wanted to, well, him and another person. But the reason why this one is important to me is he is the number one YouTube channel in the whole of Nigeria. So the channel that is doing the the best of all YouTube channels in Nigeria, his is the best. He is making money. He is making money on this thing. On this thing. Pastor Jerry seems to be a baby machine. Pastor Jerry's got just dashing those babies left, right, center. You want a baby? You have one. You want a baby? You have one. You baby. Meanwhile, the children that are suffering in the hospital, Pastor Jerry's God don't care about those. Just is crazy. This is crazy to me. This is crazy. I remember talking to a lady. Um, so I think I was on TikTok talking, and this lady came up to come and have a conversation with me. Was it me? Yeah, I think I was on somebody else's platform, and this lady came up to come and talk about her experience and why she believes in God. That God took her through these she said she had a baby and she had a miscarriage or something like that. She was pregnant and had a miscarriage, right? And she struggled to have babies for a long time. But now she's a mother of four. But she was saying that God was the one that made her go through those, right? To make her stronger. And I said, wait, your God made you go through all of that? Yeah, he made me go through all of that so that I can appreciate when the babies finally come. I said, did you say you had a miscarriage? She said yes. So you mean that your God was trying to teach you a lesson, but brought another child, a life into the mix? Why? Because he wants to teach you how to persevere, how to have faith, how to uh, um, love whatever God is doing. So God actually made you pregnant and that child taken because no, now we want to teach you. I said, can you see how wicked and cruel your God is? She went off. No, that's not what she said. I'm the one twisting her words. I said, no, you just said that your God you got pregnant. Your God caused you to be pregnant. You lost the baby. So that means God made you lose the baby. God watched you go through pain just so he can teach you a lesson in the guys. This is the madness. This is the delusion. So, well, guys, I've been here 1 hour and 39 minutes. Don't let me bore you any further. I don't want to make the streams too long. Just keep them, as short as possible. Back again tomorrow. Because this is one that, listen, this delusion, we need to keep exposing it, keep opening. How do people believe this stuff? Your loyal submissive is in awe of you. Juad, you are amazing. Juad. Guys, do me a favor and make sure to give the stream a thumbs up engage with the content. If you like it, just put a comment, something, just to try and get the algorithm. If you are not subscribed, right? If you're watching this afterwards and you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Right? Get the numbers up. Because these people, come on, Mrs. deserve to. Here we need to, and we need to attribute those as well to the God. He is, after all, an all-knowing God. So the misses have to be attributed to the God. We don't just say, "Oh, God gave me a baby, therefore it is God." Hallelujah. But when you lose a baby, it's the enemy. The enemy. You hear these people? They say the enemy tried to get me. Is people okay? Great effort. However, this video title is not catchy. It's too broad and indirect and won't attract. Okay, give me a suggestion, right? Before I go, MOTG Live, how are you, first of all? I hope you're doing okay. Please, what would you suggest? Give me a suggestion, please. I just even noticed that there's a typo error on the title. I would sort that. So what would you recommend as a title? What would you recommend? I'm waiting so that tomorrow when I come back, I can have that as my title. So let's see. Where's my pen? Have I got a pen? Okay, I've got a marker here. I can use the marker instead. There we go. Got my cards. So we can title this stream. What does even the MOTG stand for? MOTG Life. What does that stand for? MOTG. What does MOTG stand for? All right, I'm waiting. MOTG. I'm waiting before I go. Go. I am ready. I'm ready. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's a beautiful night. I'm looking for something dumb to do. Who cares, baby? I think I want to marry you. Never mind. All right, MOTG, go on. I'm waiting. Or do you want to put it in the comment section afterwards? Or ideas, please. Ideas. Aha, someone says Jerry Eze destroyed. Ooh. By the wise and beautiful. Wise and beautiful. Of course, I'm not going to put that there. Queen of atheism. Just an example, okay? Tomorrow you can put a proper title. Yes, I want to put a proper title. So I'm just looking. These Christians are faking testimonies about miracles. Okay. So faking testimonies. Jerry is the baby machine. I mean, be you, no catchy titles, just you interacting with folks on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you. But just ideas would be nice. Jerry is under my feet. But no, Juat, because then he'll be with you. I don't want Jerry Eze anywhere near you. Jerry Eze he's a scammer. No. Jerry Eze lies. I am sorry. I don't want him anywhere near my ever faithful Juat. Oh, absolutely not. No. There's no space for him and you. No thanks. No. We're not having that. We are not having that. But anyway, guys, it's 1 hour and 45 minutes. And yeah, I'll let you guys get on with the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to give the stream a thumbs up, and I will see you all. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Do you have a moment? And this very second, I know you feel the beat. Do you feel the rhythm all the way? Can you see the vision? Everything in this world will be okay. Can we be together all the way? I know you feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something within you. I know you feel this movement right here. You just be vibing, reaching for something within you. Nights in California, fly passing homes, yeah, right by sunset colored skies. Chilling by the ocean, driving up the mountain, soaked in the endless beauty all of you. You know it feels alright, alright. Yeah. Can you see the vision? Everything in this world will be okay. Can we be together all